Hey guys, BarharborBasher here. I'm here to do a video over an unboxing, over a new vehicle, over a product that I loved so much, but the warranty isn't worth dog shit, and neither is the customer service. An update over the XLX. Man, what a battle, guys. We'll get to that battle in a second. But the majority of this video is going to be over the XLT. It's a twin 2200 kV speed runner or a 1700 kV censored pit basher. Yep. I need the high RPM that you get in speed running, but I need to have two motors, hopefully, theoretically, to split the workload. So I can run taller gears under more extreme working conditions. So hence defying gravity by having insane RPMs that just won't quit. And that's what I need, because I've been having a blast in the pits. It's really just insane. And also I've been watching the guys doing speed runs, Detroit City Thunder and MT and MT Tookie and all them guys. Raw Steel, the guy that, you know, called out Castle for us and, you know, made shit happen. You know, I appreciate him a lot, man. And he's true to the game. I like that. Anyways, yeah, so we'll look at the XLT real quick. And as you can see, it's got the twin Castle Mamba Monster X's. It's got two 2200 kVs in it, or the Tekin 1700 kVs. I might even go lighter than that, but then I couldn't run 6S. But anyways, we'll look at that in the math. But underneath this is a center differential that I built. I used a Yeti XL rear diff, front diff, and I actually went and modified it. When they built it, the tolerances are too tight. They're really notchy when you tighten them up, you know, to the where they should be, really. Anyways, I had to take 0.02 off on both sun gears, and it gave really nice mesh with planetary gears. It's really smooth, works perfect. There's no fluid in it, and it works perfect. It's not tight and binding. So that's been an issue for a lot of the XL guys I know. So anyways, right here I took the stock 68 tooth spur that comes on the XL, and it is tough as nails, guys. The steel is very, very, very hard. The gunsmith that helped me drill these out, I had a fluted bit, but it was really the wrong size, and I didn't want to use those allowances, and then he drilled it out, and it came out perfect. So I got this assembly all together. This was just some scrap L channel that I had laying around. This is a rear mount that I got because I need some other components for another build. And I made these so they're separate, so I can undo this one, pull this one out. I was able to utilize the 4 bolt holes up through the bottom. That's all tapped and through, tapped down and through there. Got these standoffs going back and forth. They're going to have reverse nuts and also a piece of rubber in between to, you know, clean them up a little bit. It's got bearing riders. It's got 16mm bearings on both ends. This one's pressed into my L channel that I dremelled out. You know, all this stuff's all done with basic hand tools, just my Dremel and file. Drill press just for that, you know, 16mm center bearing. Anyways, got output bearing holders on both ends also. And for the outputs, I took a transmission. Let's see, transmission. I took a transmission drive shaft, or an output shaft, and see how it's splined? Yeah, I cut that in half, and I fitted that into the back portion of the hex on my sun gear. So now instead of just a pin holding it in, I actually have solid engagement with the threads that I left on that shaft. So those are actually transmission output shafts that have 4 areas of contact instead of just that pin. The pin that's in there I replaced with a a cobalt drill bit. I do my drill bit mods with everything. So anyways, yeah, this is the center diff setup. That is a 12 tooth pinion. That's 68 tooth on 6S. This is looking at 111 miles an hour. On 4S, 77 miles an hour. On 6S with 26 tooth spur, which I've made it so it will, with a 54 slipper. I mean a 54 spur and 26 tooth pinions. It's looking at 193 miles an hour, guys. I don't know if it's going to be able to do it. You know, this is my first speed runner, and I'm going to slam it to the ground. And I got, you know, these. I don't know how these are going to do over 70 really, but they're supposedly good for 100. They're Kevlar belted, so we're going to see what they can do. I'll start off slow, but yeah, it's all about going fast. So I'm going to get to this part of it. Let's do this part. And this comes to me from Max Payne. Max Payne was on RCC, and he appreciated what I've done for the forum, for the Yeti XL guys. And wow, that's close. Jesus, what was in there. And he really wants to see the speedrunner come to life. He's a really great guy, and you know, he does videos with his son, and I can appreciate that. So here we go. I got a spare tire joined to the collection. That is awesome, because I actually do have a hole in one of my sidewalls, so that makes another full set. And awesome. Wow. Nice. Got a rear stabilizer. That's killer. Needed one of them, you know. This is stuff I'd have to order. Nice, brand new bat wing. Well, it looks brand new. He must have ordered an aftermarket one. So that's awesome. And this is a bag full of goodies. Got some brand new, absolutely brand new lower arms. Got a shock tower. Nice. That is awesome. Got the upper control and steering. Front clip assembly. Not even a scratch on it. Not even a mar. That is so awesome. That really is so awesome. Oh, nice. A steering link. Killer. That is awesome. You know? Look at this, guys. A D-Hawk steering link. The whole bell housing. Look at that. Whoops. Sorry, guys. Look at it. But yeah. Yeah, you know, that's just so awesome. And it's funny, he knows that I'm becoming a D-Hawk dealer. Oh, nice. Lower arm bolts. Those are killer, because those are special. Those are hard for me to get a hold of. Harder because Axel puts copyrights on some of their bolts. So yeah, and some other connectors for the wiring looms, and some covers for the wiring. Yeah, that's so killer. Thank you so much. Oh, whoa. What? Another tire? Awesome. No way. You know, and this guy paid for the shipping and everything, didn't ask for a damn thing. You know, I plan on, for one, putting his name on the back of that rig. Max Payne, how couldn't you, you know? And two, I offered, you know, any modifications I can do for him, the HD bevel gear, modifying his differentials, doing the transmission diff that I do, and all those other cool things. But yeah, and a bumper. So, you know, that's just stellar. So anyways, what I was getting at is I'm a GPM dealer, Basher's Warehouse, and he saw that I had a hot racing rear drive shaft. Whoops. Sorry, guys. He saw that I had a hot racing rear drive shaft, and he just said that couldn't be. He had a D-Hawk, brand new one, not even put it on his rig. The stock one held up great, so he's sending me a brand new D-Hawk rear drive shaft. So that is also very cool. And now we'll get to the other topic. This is some bullshit. Right here is some bullshit. Alright, guys, so bought the HITEC servo, awesome. Just friggin' incredible. Yeah, nothing on it. Didn't do anything. So, kept the package, kept the receipts, kept everything I needed, printed off the form, sent that in, took care of that. Did what I was supposed to do. I had this thing for the XLX, and then I ended up putting it on my XL. It's up there, that's why I'm looking up. I bashed it in the pit probably 15-20 times, went off-roading a couple times, and I got it wet from driving around, not even getting in the water and doing anything stupid, and it started shorting out on me. So I took it out and I noticed the lower O-ring was blown. See if they tuck that back in. Well, they sure the shit did. Yeah, they tucked it right back in. But this lower O-ring was blown out. And the way it's trapped in the XL, I mean, it's just asking for problems even with little moisture in the air. You know, I mean, it's a bad setup. But anyways, so I called the guy up and he's like, oh, just fill up the form and send it right in. And, you know, you bought this just a little while ago and you haven't used it many times. I said, no. That's why I bought 2 more of them. Because I used them 10 times and I was like, well, I already have these 2 for the XL. I might as well buy another one to have in my XL, you know? And so I did so. And then they pull this shit on me. After I bought 2 of them, 3 of them, for $130, $125 a piece, and then they won't fix this one where an O-ring blew the fuck out. I got on the phone with him and I said, hey, you guys said you want to charge me 80 bucks for fixing this brand new servo? Look at it. Look at it. Does that look damaged to you guys? Looks like a pretty brand new fucking servo to me. So anyways, they said that there's water damage. I said, yeah, there's an O-ring that's blowing out of the bottom. And I didn't even want to take it apart because I don't want to void any warranty. And so they said that it was going to be 80 bucks. And I told them, hey, I just bought 2 other ones from you guys. You know, and I talked to a lot of guys on the forum. And I've been pushing your product. I know a couple people that have bought them because of me. So you guys aren't going to like meet me halfway or anything? Nope. Complete assholes. Complete assholes over the phone. Very condescending, and just didn't give a shit. So you know what? Fuck HITEC. Whatever. I don't even fucking care. Very irritating, guys. Good product, shit service, shit company as far as I'm concerned. I will find someone else, and if I told them it's going to cost them more than $80 in the long run, no matter what, it's going to be more than 80 bucks. I got people that I'm doing builds for, and they won't have a HITEC in there unless they want to put it in themselves. I don't care. Whatever. I'm not helping them out. Assholes. Ran it, 25 times. Maybe. I don't know. Anyways. Back to the story. The XLX. This is a whole different scheme. That's because I bought some expired paint at a local hobby shop and I didn't even pay attention to it. And when I sprayed it on, it completely went milky white. And it was all turned to shit. So anyways, I got some labeling to do and then I'm going to clear these all over. This here is a fan that I built. It's a dual fan. I took just, 2 normal ones and adapted it, and got that rocking and rolling, so that's going to be pretty sweet. That goes on the Tekin, and that was the other thing, is I couldn't have a Tekin and have Castle Creations all over it, you know what I mean? So the way that this is going to be turned in the vehicle is going to be like that, so my leads are going to be very short, which is going to be pretty cool. And then that goes right down over there like that. So yeah, all assembled, plus it's getting the Tekin decals across the side, maybe a couple warning stickers, and I think I'm going to paint the top chrome. And yeah, so transmission gets my BHB label in the back and then gets clear coated. as well as some other things. This is my wire loom cover that goes across the back portion in here to get that all covered up nice and neat. And tracks the sound audio, guys. I had my sound audio hooked up. I had my steering, front and rear steering hooked up, and I figured out if I have the ground on a toggle, then I can turn it off and it will zero out my rear servo, so it will lock it. So you know, the keyways that I made, the camber locks, I might not even have to use them. At least for high speed I would, but you know, we'll see how it works out. As long as my links are tight, it might work out. Who knows? I'm gonna try it out anyways. It did work when I had it in the vehicle functioning. It wasn't hooked up and I wasn't bashing it, but they are falling off a separate power source. What I got going on here is for the Traxxas audio, I got this Nanotech 9.6 volt that's going to be hooked up directly to the back on this back battery compartment, because I got 4 battery compartments here. This is my back, small one, and my back's going to be in there with a plug, all wired in. And then on the other side, I installed a transmission cooler that's mounted in right here, obviously, and it mounts through. I put these bungs in, and it mounts through the inside of the battery case through a recessed, 2 recessed holes. So the fans are getting run separately. The dual fans, the transmission fan, are getting run separately into another battery, a 6 volt receiver battery that I have. And then in that battery compartment on the opposite side, it's also receiving the 7.4 volt 20C battery just for my steering servo. So I got my 6 volt 7.4 for my steering and for my fans, and then on this side's just sound audio, and then the rest is all going to be motor. So I like that. Hopefully it works out good. So yeah, I hooked up my sound audio. It sounded so cool because of hopefully how I set it up. So yeah, this is another cool little thing. I took this little mini servo, micro servo, and I hooked the signal up in the power. I hooked the power up from the fans, and then my servo power from the signal power from my servo, and it follows my direction of my guy's steering. So, well, if it follows the direction of my front servo. So it's pretty cool. I'm obviously not using this one. This was just, you know, for a tester. But so then I was like, oh yeah, that's right, I got these Fat Sharks. And in my race drone, I've got that little camera that would actually, this little camera right underneath my thumb would actually fit on his head, you know, replacement of the helmet, so you could be right behind the steering wheel. But I think what I'm going to do is mount a pad and then hook up my GoPro Hero, as long as I can link it up to the Fat Shark, and hook that up onto a bigger servo and hook up some jellies underneath of it, so it, you know, isolates the bouncing and stuff. So anyways, I'm going to try it out. I like to try to do the first person view out bashing and speed running. You know, who knows, that could be a great way to do some speed runs. But losing visual sight of that thing would not be good. I'm not really educated on how that works. So anyways, guys, yeah, I got XLX 4-way steer censored mountain basher that's getting ready to come out. That hopefully be probably next week, the week after. Also, my body's getting done right now. I'm having a visual graphics designer lay it out right now. What I'm doing is I'm putting, oh, I'll get this right out real quick. What my plans are is I'm getting RC Sparks right across the top, BarharborBasher, my wife, right across the top right there, and then on the sides getting Hemi-Storm, because he's the first guy that I really started following hardcore, because this is, the XL is my first real deal RC, and he just happened to be cutting one in half and going crazy with it, and I was like, this guy's fucking awesome. So that really got me into looking into modifications that I could do as well, and that's when my head started exploding. And yeah, I really owe it to him. So I'm putting Hemi Storm on both sides of it. Everyday RC's getting on this side. Aussie Playground's getting right in here. Josh from Vanquish is getting right in here. Hemi Storm, of course. And I got another thing that's coming for you guys. I follow you guys really close, and I appreciate your support in all your videos. I know I comment on them, but it's usually always positive. I try to keep it positive because, you know, positive influence keeps us all going. So does negative, I guess, but I just assume stay away from it because it's supposed to be, you know, for fun and having a good time, and you know, appreciating what everyone can bring to the table. So yeah, I guess that pretty much wraps it up, other than what I'm doing with this. Yeah, the 2028. That's going to my next project. My next project is going to be a BarharborBasher Bomber XL Vanquish front and rear. Right now I got the parts on order, or what I think I can make it work. I got 2 CVDs coming that I'm going to use, and I'm getting ready to make it happen. So yeah, that's about as far as I'm going to go, because I know there's a lot of people, you know, hopping on into stuff like that, and I've had a couple of my ideas nabbed, so before I get it done, I don't want to go too far, but it's going to be pretty killer. I'm going to be hooking the 2028 up to it, and it's going to have the Vanquish front and rear, and it is going to be a beast. It is going to be a beast. So that's going to look really cool. I can't wait to show you guys that thing. Also, I got a question for you speedrunners. If you're still listening, I was thinking about throwing this cage on it and chopping the cage down, like down in here, and then putting like a shield, an internal shield, just over this, but letting the body wisp through the air. Now, would it have enough negative drag to really make a difference? Or can I put plastic in areas where there'd be positive downforce? I'd love to hear an answer from you guys. I'd sort of like to keep the originality, but I know I can't do that obviously with this body. Yeah, if you guys have anything that you could throw at me for that, that'd be great. Also, if anybody wants a BHB sticker, you got the BHB BarharborBasher Customs. So yeah, give me a shout and I'll be sending you one. There's a couple guys I know I already ordered one. I already owe one. Sorry. And this is one other crazy thing that I did. So that's my front. You guys might think that looks a little weird, because it is. That's a stock. Order the HR for the kit. I mean, for the ready to run, and it's +5, as you can see. Boop, +5. But that only mounts on a stock hub. Now, what happens if you order 8mm offset that come with this? Well, that means you can only use that nut with it. But what I did is I did magical hexes, where I took this hex, put it on backwards, whoop, put the screw in because it happens to fit backwards. Yep, get that locked in. Then I took a regular stock nut, put that on, whoop. Now that gives me a flat surface. I installed another one with a lock nut that gave me a nice flat surface, and then I drill pressed a new hole right exactly in the stock position. So now I take these off, whoop, I put this cobalt pin in that I make. Yep, that's right. Put that in, and then guess what? Now I have +8, +5. So we're rolling with 13. Now what happens if I throw another 12mm into the mix? Yep. 50mm of offset, boys. And I need it for the 4-way steer to clear the tub. And you know, I was like, I don't know about this. You know what? I thought these hubs, or I mean, these yeah, hubs, I guess I can call them, sucked because they are not the kit version. And I'll show you the kit version in case you ready to run guys don't know the difference. You got piles of them everywhere. There it is. Alright. See? That's the kit version. There is no stud off the end. There's a recess with an Allen that holds the beefier pin. Oh yeah, it seems superior. But it is hollow all the way through, and yes, I understand the hollow cylinder is stronger sometimes, but is it this time? So this one's completely solid. Maybe putting that extra screw in there really didn't hurt it. And I did fill the old one. You know? So I'm thinking it's pretty robust, guys. I think it's going to work just great. So that's another modification that I did to make it pretty much a square. It's like almost 22 inches wide and 22 inches center axle. When they say 25, that's not center axle. So, but anyways, guys, hopefully you guys are hoping to. Oh, I did make this too. I just took some Lexan and glued it together, put some tabs on it, this and that, put the Castle Creation snakes on it, and this is a rock cover, and it sets down very tight, and right around here, the only little area where there is gap, that's for the drive shaft. You can barely see it right there. I'm going to put sponge around the inside of that, and also if anything gets in through this, I'm putting a sponge around the bottom of this, but also this is getting cut out right here where dirt will escape out through the rear servo box. So yeah, I think it's going to work pretty slick, guys. Looking forward to it. Anyways, hopefully you guys are ready. I don't know if I am. I don't know. This is all experimental. It's based on hopes and dreams. No engineering, I can promise you. But yeah. Anyways, take care, guys, and keep the videos rolling. It's awesome. Later.